Hey everyone, we're doing another Tales of Haunted St. Augustine, and behind me is the Castillo di San Marco. Now, the Castillo di San Marco is over 300 years old. The structure was completed in 1695, and what you're seeing in there was actually a moat at one time. That's why there's a bridge that goes over that. What you hear in the background is the railroad that Flagler built that made St. Augustine the tourist destination that it soon became. But right now we're talking about the Castillo. Now the Castillo is supposed to be extremely haunted. And one reason why we're here this morning is I did just finish my route. So it's very early in the morning and we have the coronavirus going on right now. So we pretty much have this place to ourselves. And I'm going to flip it like this. So it was. They were here for almost 20 years. In 1783, if I have my dates right, the British ceded this back to Spain. And then in 1821, Spain gave it to America with the sale of La Florida. So, this is not the first time St. Augustine has had to face plague. Focus that in there. Okay. In 1821, when the Americans came in, they renamed the Castillo di San Marco Fort Marion after, I believe it was Colonel Marion. Forgot his first name. I think it was Francis Marion, otherwise known as the Swamp Fox of the Revolutionary War. So, the Castillo is especially haunted. In 1702, the British came down here and tried to attack. They were over there, across that way, stationed on Anastasia Island, trying to fire cannons right across. And I have no idea what that sound is. I think it's the trains. Needless to say, they didn't get a foothold in here, and Spain managed to retain it until they ceded it over to the British in the 1760s. But that wasn't the only time that the British tried to attack. We had an attack from Sir Francis Drake back in the 1500s. And then there was the pirate Robert Searles. So after that, Spain said enough is enough, and they decided to build this fort. Now it is built in the classical style. You can see those round turrets. You'll see that also in Puerto Rico and other Spanish holdings in the Caribbean. Now, the legends of the hauntings here. Let's talk about that. So the legend of the haunting is numerous soldiers, both Spanish and American. I can't remember if I did a video. I think I did do a video of Sam. If I did a video of Sam, you're going to look for Interview with Sam, and you're going to see an African tribal mask. Sam I picked up here. He was an American soldier during the Spanish-American War. We're not going to go into that now. But there are sightings of a Spanish soldier up at the top, along the battlements. If you watched the Ghost Adventures, you saw something happen on top of the battlements there. Interesting noises. Not sure where that's coming from. Did hear some banging though. I just saw something going on over here. Don't see it now though. And it's very hard to see anything because the light isn't reaching too far. So it's not illuminating anything. Now, some of the most famous sightings are that of Native Americans. So why are Native Americans sighted at this fort? Well, during the Seminole Wars, American soldiers left out of here, went down to Fort Dade, and all over the state to fight the Seminoles. Under the flag of truce, they met with Osceola and captured him in a deceptive ruse. They brought him to this fort where he and his warriors were kept prisoner. Some of the warriors managed to escape. And they managed to escape by climbing over the walls and scaling down. Part of the haunted history is that you can still to this day see those warriors climbing down from the wall. Now, another part of the famous history is about Osceola's head. So there was a Dr. Whedon who was taking care of Osceola, who had, I don't know if it was malaria or what it was, but he came down with something. And they transferred him to, I believe it was Moultrie, South Carolina, where he ended up dying. But that's not the end of the story. Because Dr. Whedon supposedly cut off Osceola's head and kept it with them until somehow Osceola's head managed to disappear. To this day, Osceola's head has never been found. And part of the haunting history here is that Osceola is still looking for his head. I don't know how true that is, considering that Osceola didn't die here, and this isn't where he lost his head, but he was held captive here. So echoes of him could still be trapped within these walls. Are there any spirits out here associated with the fort? There are. Okay. Are you Spanish? You are. How many, well, first of all, how many of there are you right here around me right now? There's 3 of you. Are you all Spanish? Okay. Are you from the time before the British came? Were you part of this fort after the British had to leave and you took over? All 3 of you? Okay. Manuel? It's not Gonzalez. It's it starts Gonz. Gonzapa? Gonzago? Is it Gonzago? Manuel Gonzago. Okay. And who else? That was a very weird sound. Came from that direction. I heard a Jose. Jose Zapata. Okay. And who's the last one? Like Gerardo? It starts with an S. Some SEM. Samparo. Okay. Are you the only ones that are around me right now? Okay. So you've been haunting this fort for a long time. Did you all know each other in life? You did. Yes. What's your time period? I'm getting like 1804, 1807. Did you all die about the same? No, you didn't. Okay, so what you're doing is you're giving me the times when you died. So one of you died in 1804, one of you died in 1807. Were you born in St. Augustine? No, you weren't born in St. Augustine. Were you born in Cuba? Were your parents originally from St. Augustine? So when they were able to come back, they came back and you came back with them? Okay. Now, were you full-time soldiers? No, 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 no. Because that's the way it was back then. What? Oh, one of you was a blacksmith. Okay. All right. I feel pain in my neck. Is one of you doing that? Why are you doing the pain in the neck? Do you want me to leave? Is that no? Oh, was one of you shot in the neck? Stabbed in the neck. You were stabbed in the neck. Was that during a fight? Or was it some type of military action? Yes. Against who? It wasn't the British. Who? The light behind me just went out. Well, behind the camera just went out. It's kind of freaky. It's kind of freaky. Is that a motion detector light? Okay. So, although if it's a motion detector light and I'm moving, it's kind of weird. So you guys have been at the fort for 300 years, basically. Did you die at the fort? Was there a military fight at the fort? No. Why did you stay at the fort? Because your houses are no longer standing? So you just gather at the fort? Just like you did at times during raids and everything? Okay. Let me ask you, are any one of you one of the soldiers that has been like caught on camera, or you have been? Okay. I'm watching someone turn into the parking lot, wondering if I'm going to get thrown out. But it looks like they're turning around. Let me ask you guys, do you want to stay here at the fort? You want to go? Do you want to be crossed over? Do any of you want to be crossed over? Okay. But none of you want to stay at the fort? Okay. Do you know who I am and what I do? Do any of you know who I am and what I do? Kind of. Okay, so let me ask this. Do you know who I am? Okay, do you know what I do? Okay, that's why we got the circle. That's why we got the circle. Okay. So, I'm seeing stuff move around me here. I can't see on the other side of the camera, but I'm seeing stuff move in front of me. Okay, so what I am is, I am a bruja. Okay? And what I do is I either help cross people over that want to cross over, or I help them by giving them a new purpose in life. And now you see this, you see my hair, right? You see the wind, and you see this is barely moving. Okay? So what I do is I help people find a new purpose in life. What I do is I attach them to a doll, just so that they have energy, or attach them to an item or something, so that they have energy, so they can stay together, cohesive, right? And then I put them up. I tell their stories, and then I put them up for sale. so people can welcome you into their home, welcome you into their life. If you wanted special powers like healing, and oh, here comes somebody. I might have to wrap this up. Healing or something like that, I can do that. Do you guys want to accompany me and do that? All right. So I better wrap this up because I'm probably going to get kicked out very soon. But I told you guys about haunted tales out here at the fort, and and here they come. So I have to wrap this up. So I will talk to you all very shortly, and you have a awesome day. Thanks.